Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Some Turkish politicians are speaking about making the Azan in Turkish. Is it acceptable to do so? And if so, how should Muslims behave towards the translation of the Azan?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It is very unusual for us to hear in America, to hear something like that, because the way of government, let's say, that so many people they want in this world, that they say this gives us the best life, democracy, American type democracy, 20th, 21st century type democracy, is saying you don't interfere into people's faith. It's very unusual for us to see a question like this, because the governments, this government, do not interfere into people's way of worship. It is like saying, what if the government is saying, or some politicians here saying, oh, we should change the Buddhists, the way they dress, the monks sometimes, we don't like that. We want them to wear like this, or we don't like them to use this language, we want them to use English. They will never do it. They never interfere. This is the meaning of 20th, 21st century Western democracy. The government doesn't interfere into the religious life. So many things, but one thing we're going to say, into the religion of the people, into their way of worship. You don't interfere. In fact, it is their responsibility to support it, as much as it is supporting and not fighting against that ideology. And so, from that perspective, it is very let me say, like a upside down, cartoonish world. You understand? I'm not going to interfere into politics of other countries. But a butcher, his job is cutting meat. A surgeon, his job is to make surgery. Nobody ever confused the two. Both take a sharp thing and they cut up flesh. But nobody in the world mistake the butcher for a surgeon or the surgeon for a butcher. But there are so many people that they mistake, and they say politician is an alim. And an alim is a politician. It's completely different. This is a step backwards. This is not a step forward. Yeah? If you say we don't like it because it is in a language that we don't understand, right, we're living in this world. Any language you put is not going to be understood by so many people. Any language. You say, we're going to make it in this language. Well, there are people who don't understand that language. But why are you interfering into the worship, into the religion of a people? Who are you? Do you have the credentials? Do you have the knowledge? Or you're just riding on some political platform? So it's not honest, it is not real. You're doing it not from intelligence, you're doing it completely from prejudice and you're doing it from hatred. People can do whatever they want. You are free. You are free to do what you want, but you are never free from the consequences of your actions. Nobody can say, I'm free to do what I want, and I'm free to run away from the results of my actions. So let them. There will always be people who are going to make confusion into this world. It doesn't mean that we have to follow. It doesn't mean also that you have to become so emotional and filled with anger and hatred, because it is something which is showing that there is no intelligence in that action. You have a problem not understanding, you read the translation. It's not that difficult. Allah Akbar. Allah, everybody knows, right? You don't need translation. Akbar. Yeah, even Americans here, they know Allah Akbar. Well, everyone knows what it is. It means the great. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, you don't know the meaning? You can ask me. I'll tell you what is the meaning. If you know the meaning now, just that regular common meaning like that, why you have to jump up and down? You don't have to. So, this is not the job to respond to this. It is not the job of the awam. Such a thing, if from the high level they want to do certain things, those ones in that same level, it is their responsibility. It is not the responsibility of the awam, of the general people. Don't fall into that trap. It is their responsibility. They're leading the country, correct? It is their responsibility. Who else? The responsibility of the people who have the microphone to speak. The responsibility of those ones who are saying we're representing Islam. They have to speak. They should speak. Our words, my words, it means nothing. We are the awam. We don't expect it to reach anywhere. Doesn't matter. We know who are we speaking to. We're not speaking to them. We're speaking to those other ones. So, this is Akhir Zaman. Things are going to turn upside down. Everyone is going to go back to their Jahil identity. Muslims should not fall into the second Jahiliyyah. We should pull ourselves back and be quiet and sit and watch and wait. Wait for that Sahibul Zaman to appear. Then he's going to call the takbir. Not in Turkish, not in English, nor in Chinese. He's going to call the takbir with the language of his Lord. Then, with that lordly power, the shaitans will melt. May Allah forgive me, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.